Hello and a very warm welcome to all the racing patrons for the race preview on this Monday meeting. The first race is the Aristocrat Plate to be run over 1400 meters. Number 1 is Ashwa Shirwal. Ashwa Shirwal debut run in race number 44 behind the field. Nothing much about this runner. On debut, the winner being Ballerina. Very impressive. We saw Ballerina winning a second race of her career. Whereas looking at Ashwa Shirwal, back marker in this race and finished off the board. Number 2 is Air. Air credentials ran very green all the way, especially at the start. Suddenly came inside, charging and got a little keen and did not maintain a straight course even in the straight. Final stages also, but still managed to finish fourth with a couple of backhanders, picked up momentum to finish fourth behind Happy Go Lucky. Everglades and Sergeant Reckless are the two runners. This is race number 15 over 1100 meters, which was won by Neglect Me Not. Looking at these two runners, towards the fence was Everglades and Sergeant Necklace on the other hand, very wide. Ridden out, picked up momentum little late, finished on 5th behind Neglect Me Not, who came with a very powerful surge, and finishing 5th was Sergeant Reckless and Everglades finishing 7th. London Mill is the one who is already having 2 runs. On debut, finished on behind Ballerina. But later on in this run, third, a notable third we can see behind Essential, who came with a good run, tackled the leader and just won it. Whereas London Bells has the initial good speed, always a front runner. And here, settled in second, chasing the leader and finished on a notable third. Number 7 is Galway Bay. Having 2 runs over 1100 meters, notable second behind Neglect Me Not, and here finishing 4th behind Princess Dhaka was Galway Bay. White Roses is the next runner who is already having a run. Beautifully bred by, speaking of which, sort of roses in bloom. We know roses in bloom, the Derby winner, so turned out to be a stayer, but finishing here 4th was White Roses on debut. We move on to the second race, the Stormtrooper Plate, Division 1, to be run over 1200 meters in Category 3. Number 1, Star Dancer. Number 3, OK Boss. Number 8, Stride Forever are the 3 runners. Debut run for number 8, Stride Forever. Whereas here, first run for Stride Forever, earlier run in Madras as well as Ooty. But looking at number 1, that's Star Dancer. Little expectation from this runner, but finished on 5th. And the other one to run a good one was OK Boss, finishing a notable 3rd. Number 2 is Warrior Invictus. There is no gap for this runner in the last 150 meters. Rider pulled out and came with a very powerful surge when Galvan had just taken the charge, and a notable second we can say for Warrior Invictus. Just a half a length separating the two. Number 4 is Fly to the Stars. This is the second run of Fly to the Stars, being a back marker, particularly in this race. Finished on 7th. Little improvement shown. Earlier 8th out of 10 runners, but here finishing 7th, so moved up 1 place we can say, but still remains a back marker, is Fly to the Stars. Arya, this is a monsoon run for Arya, who ran in race number 86 over 1200 meters, and going with the form, nothing much about this runner, with orange black sleeves and finishing 10th. And a big field of 16 was Arya. Next starting here got withdrawn in race number 61, but just a monsoon run, finishing far away behind the field on a testing condition when it rained heavily before the start of the race. 6 Isra, 9 Akash, and 10 Sharp Mind are the runners. In front being Sharp Mind, chased by Akash. Isra very wide. This was race number 83, which was won by Paladino. Paladino smoothly took over the running and ran away by a big margin of 3.5 lengths, whereas Sharp Mind, on the other hand, what we can see was Isra is the one who warmed up on the outside to finish a notable 3rd, margin between the 3 being just 4.5 lengths, whereas the other 2 runners, Akash finished 10th out of 14 runners. And we go to number 7, My Master. My Master credentials in pursuit of the leader, the winner being Miss Little Angel, but lost the runner-up berth also after being very prominent behind the leader. Sider came with a very powerful surge and finishing at ordinary third is My Master. We move on to the third race of the afternoon, the Division 2 of the Gangotri Plate, to be run over 7 furlong in Category 3. And starting off with GREGOR CLEGANE. This is race number 66 over 7 furlong. And to be run over 7 furlong is GREGOR CLEGANE again. Winner here, ridden hard in the straight to hold on from the fast finishing Grand Duke. Just half a length separating these two. Had a good lead, but a group of runners charged in to cut the margin. Number 2 is General Atlantic, produced wide and finished on second behind Aerial Combat. This is the monsoon run. First time running over winter. Here is General Atlantic with a good run to go by. Third and second, improved performance from this runner. Number 3 is Paladino. 7, Pedro Planet also coming for scrutiny. Running third is Pedro Planet in the last 150 meters. Whereas Paladino took charge in the straight and just was able to beat the rest of the field by 3.5 lengths. So impressive winner being Paladino, and Pedro Planet, the stablemate, managed towards the fence, running third and fell back a couple of places and finished on 6th. Number 4 is Sweet Melody. This is race number 85 over a mile, back to 7 furlong. Last 2 runs over a mile. This horse has not shown much form in these 2 runs over a mile, but when you look at the race number earlier in race number 2, finishing second to Show Me a Walk by 1.25 length. That was a very good run. By 3/4 of a length. That was a good one for Sweet Melody. So distance may be ideal for Sweet Melody. Number 5, Big Brave, and number 9, Storyteller are the 2 runners. Big Brave being a back marker, whereas Storyteller being in pursuit of the leader. And looking at Big Brave credentials off the board in many runs here, 9th, 10th. And this is a first run of winter where it finished on 9th. And winner being Sacred Lamb. So whereas Storyteller on the other hand here finished on 5th. Even this run has not done much about to say. Couple of runs off the board, whereas Monsoon form last season, Monsoon finished twice on the board, notable 2 run seconds. Number 6 is Explosive, very wide and finished on ridden hard, but still failed to pick up momentum, finishing 6th out of 10 runners behind NRI Infinity, who had a sizable lead of about more than 5, but at the end it was 2 lengths. Concentrating on Explosive, even though ridden out, could not pick up momentum at the right time. Having 3 runs this season, 6th, 9th and 6th, that's a form of Explosive. Number 8 is Prime Gardenia. This is the one who came with a very powerful run, with Royal Girl dashing into the lead in the last 300 meters, whereas Prime Gardenia, ridden out a little late, we can say, came and finished a notable second by 2 lengths, beating the rest of the field by head. Close go for the minor still. Prime Gardenia got the nod, head better of the runner on the outside. Number 10 is Bedazzled. Bedazzled credentials, 10th out of 10 in this particular run. This is race number 87, which is won by Campania. But look at Bedazzled, where it has been. A backmarker all the way and finished in the rock. Having got 4 runs this season and finished 4th. First run 9th, then 12th, then 9th, and then 10th. So off the board in 4 starts is Bedazzled. We hop on to the 4th race, the Deccan Prince Plate, Category 2, to be run over 2,000 meters for horses rated 40 to 65. Number 1 is Francis Bacon. Race number 55 over 7 furlong. Distance would have been a little short for this runner, finishing 8th behind Red Snapper. Going by the form, this runner earlier in monsoon, winner of 2 races over 14 as well as 9 furlong. Then again 2 9 furlong wins for Francis Bacon, but here, as I said, little distance short. Number 2, Ashwa Rowdy. Number 7, Painted Apache. Number 5, Buckley. Number 10, Firepower. All ran in race number 50. And this was won by Stockbridge. This is a 2,000 guineas, where Count of Savoy having a good lead and Ashwa Rowdy in pursuit. And look at Stockbridge, comes with a very powerful surge, nudged and responding well to it. tackling Count of Savoy, going stride for stride, toe to toe at the post, and better by half a length, whereas settling into third by 2.5 lengths behind, the winner being Ashwaradi. Good effort by even 5 Buckley. Late warmer came and finished on the board, firepower off the board. Number 3, Southern Princess, finishing third in race number 35. Third by a margin of 1.25 length behind Show Me Your Walk, coming well, whereas I think it was Chuckit who came charging on the outside. Good run by Southern Princess, according to me, having 2 runs, earlier second and here third. So just waiting to get stand in the winning circle. Number 4 is Just Incredible. This horse particularly finishing 8 out of 10 runners in race number 68, what we are looking at, which was won by In Contention. Very easy win for In Contention by 2.25 length, but Just Incredible was totally lost in the crowd. Earlier notable second by 3/4 of a length behind Maximum Glamour, but did not reproduce that run. Just Incredible. Miss Marvelous and Mark My Word are the 2 runners. They ran in race number 94. So Miss Marvelous finishing 5th after winning a mile event. Then again mile finished off the board in a higher class. This once again mile finished on a far away 5th behind Count of Savoy. Number 9 is Cheltenham. Cheltenham Credentials, a notable second. Winner being Bandit King. Look at the way it covers the ground, Cheltenham. So a lot of improvement shown by this runner after finishing earlier 9th in a mile. Here finished on 2nd. 5th race of the afternoon on this Monday meeting is the first division of the Gangotri Plate to be run over 7 furlong. Number 1 is Lockhart, who ran in race number 75. Much was expected from this runner. A lot of improvement shown comparing its earlier run, where it finished on 10th in a mile trip, 7 furlong. Even though a little late, came and finished on 4th by a margin of just 2 lengths from the winner. Winner being Sacred Lamp, coming flying on the outside and got the nod. It was there. The runners were wide apart, 3 runners, and 4th was Lockhart. 11 is Sputnik, and once more also coming for scrutiny. This is race number 73, which was won by Lineweiler. Lineweiler waiting to tackle the leader in the last 200 meters with a couple of backhanders, tackle the leader, whereas Sputnik also chimed in a good effort to come into there, and the other runner totally wide out. Whereas let's look at Sputnik Credentials. Sputnik, on the other hand, suddenly packed off after being very prominent. Just came running behind the winner, but suddenly dropped right, and Kirkumin flashed on to finish 2nd. Number 3 is Char Ek Char. I think what's the name of this horse? Let's see. This is a late Moonlight Ruby. This race was won by Buxy. Back in form was Buxy here. 7 furlong trip. Char Ek Char took time to warm up, but still finished on 5th. Number 4, Southern Act. Consistent performer, Southern Act, over a mile trip. Winner, previous outing in a lower class, took the penalty, came in a higher class, ridden hard behind Bandit King. It looked like it will come and finish 2nd, but still that was Cheltenham, came and got it half a length better of Southern Act. So good effort by Southern Act to defy the penalty and managed to be in the board. Number 5, Salisbury, the winner in race number 58, easily tackled the leader and just accelerated well to register a fine win of 3 3/4 of a length. A lot of improvement shown by this runner in this class. So after that win, now gets a penalty and gets promoted. Question to that, can it handle this class? Number 6 is Ibuk, who ran in race number 81 over 1100 meters. So now the doubt is from 1100 going over 2000 meters, that extra 900 meters after finishing long way 6th behind Gusty Note over Ascari, whereas last 6 runs never on a longer trip beyond 6 furlong is Ibuk. 7 is Art in Motion. This is race number 59, finishing a notable 3rd behind NRI Touch is Art in Motion, being in chase of the leader. Then NRI Touch came on the outside on full throttle to get the race by a length, and Art in Motion settling into 3rd. Truth and Dare Truth and Dare ran in race number 66, having 2 runs this season. Made a debut here, finished on 7th in a 7 furlong trip. Then later on, 8th behind GREGOR CLEGANE. There was no little gap in the last 150 meters, caught in a cluster, then fell back after being very prominent. Was Truth and Dare. Number 9 is Dylan. Race number 85, and that was over a mile, finished on 5th. After some good runs here, monsoon and winter, here particular run finishing 5th, earlier 8th. So comparing that run, little improvement shown by Dylan. THEO'S Choice ran in race number 79, came on the outside, Silver Set just held on by a neck. Look at the run of THEO'S Choice. Every stride better of the leader, still lost it on the post by a neck. Little late, I can say. So the feature event of the afternoon, the Ladies Derby, the Golconda Oaks, to be run over 2,400 meters for fillies, 4-year-olds only. And we have Aritha and Faith of Success coming from Chennai as well as Bangalore. But looking at Icicle now, race number 48, the winner beating Kesariya Balam by 3/4 of a length. After overhauling the leaders, it looked like easy, but Kesariya Balam bridged the gap and Icicle was ridden out, drifted out under pressure. That was over miles, so from mile to going over mile and a half. First time over this trip is Icicle. Keystone, ran a hell of a race, covered a lot of ground behind Buxy, over 7 furlong, and the way it is performing well, it looks like needs a distance. So today may be a day for Keystone, because 6 furlong trip, second by a neck to Burano, later on 7 furlong, little late on the scene to finish second, and warming up in the straight was Keystone. Number 6, Own Voice. Number 5, Maximum Glamour. 6, Own Voice. 7, Ruling Goddess. They all ran behind Miracle. And this is 1,000 guineas, which was won by Miracle very easily. She was just waiting when Own Voice and the other runner were batting it out in the turn, and then overhauling the leaders just kicked on gamely with Own Voice out in the 3, the good one we can say, which finished. It's a first run of Own Voice on a debut run, taken in a 1,000 guineas in a classic, then finishing second behind the Queen filly. Miracle is itself is a good credit to Own Voice, whereas Ruling Goddess late on the outside from far behind came and finished a notable third, and Maximum Glamour finishing 5th. The Monday meeting concludes with the Division 2 of the Stormtrooper Plate. Number 1 is Quality Warrior, race number 85, and finishing 10th out of 10 runners behind Despang. Relentlessly ridden out was Despang to win it, beating of the on-money favorite Malala by a length, whereas Quality Warrior, on the other hand, after some good runs, finishing on the board second and third, later on 2 runs off the board, 6th and 10th. Narak Michi ran in race number 74 to finish 4th. Came between the runners and lightly bumped by a runner on the outside. So in the crucial stage of the race, disturbed, still then finished on 4th. Number 4 is Hot Seat. And Hot Seat, race number 61, finished on 2nd. Even though strongly ridden was a Hot Seat, desperately to bridge the gap. City of Blessing having a commanding lead and putting every effort to bridge the gap was Hot Seat and got the runner-up berth. Number 5 is Charmer. This horse has not shown any form at all in the last 3 runs. Monsoon 1 and 2 runs here. Winter, both the occasion, and this horse has finished 10th. Here 10th out of 13 runners behind Abel Lau. We have seen this run earlier with Narak Michi finishing 4th and Charmer finishing a faraway 10th. Number 7 is Ambitious Star, race number 93, and towards a fence in the white cap, about to brush the rails, and the rider was able to pull it out. There was another runner on the outside, so he could not force through and finished on 6th, being very prominent. After that little, what you can say, the rider finding it difficult to handle, the horse finished on 6th. Number 9 is Stark, who ran 2nd to Star Cruise. Star Cruise being the leader, and Star comes with a very powerful run on the outside to finish second. Good effort here by finishing by 3.5 lengths. Number 10, Amalfitana ran in race number 69, finishing 11th out of 11 runners over 2,000 meters. Even earlier in a 7 furlong trip as well as a sprint distance of 6 furlong, the horse has not shown form. Twice 6th over a shorter trip, then tested over 2,000 meters, and it finished 11th out of 11 behind Philanthropist. So what we can expect from this runner, even though it carries a bottom weight of 53.5 kilos. So we wish good luck to all our racing patrons and wind up the race preview of the Monday races. Thank you for joining us.